afternoon from Adelaide Airport. Today we are flying from Adelaide to Tokyo. Come along for our trip. Since we had the transfer in Sydney, we went to the international transfers counter. The service was actually really exceptional as there was only us. Security was really fast despite there only being 3 lanes, but I believe that they're completing more renovational work in the next few weeks, so you might expect some delays. Flying us to Sydney today is our 11-year-old Qantas in 37800. It is registered as Victor Hotel X-Ray Zulu November.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Hello everyone and welcome. If you are seated over the exit row today, that's row 13 or row 14, or row 1 in the main business cabin, or if you come back to a bag post.
We're sitting in row 15 today, and I'm sitting right beside the window.
Our Qantas and one more frequent flyers on this Qantas flight 744 to Sydney. It's great to have you with us. And please place laptops and larger bags into the overhead lockers. Smaller bags may be placed under the seat in front of you. If you are seated at no wing exit or row 1 in the business cabin, all cabin baggage must be...
You'll find your life jacket under your seat, next to it, or in the leg rest. Remove your life jacket from the pouch by pulling...
Entertainment screen was a bit laggy, but it was still usable. Be aware that on domestic flights or narrow bodies, the IFE screen might be limited, so either get your own movies and TV shows downloaded or bring a book, or you can get the Qantas Entertainment app, which has more options than on the screen. Wi-Fi on board was actually not too bad, with the ability to allow light browsing and video streaming throughout the flight.
All customers and crew must be seated for landing with seatbelts fastened.
very scenic approach down to Sydney as we passed to the west side of the city. You can see the Harbour Bridge and the Opera House in the distance as we passed below the clouds, and the skyline was always very beautiful. Please enjoy this approach as we touch down to Sydney. I found out later that Gate 15 transfers to International Terminal T1 was unavailable during that day, which meant that we had to exit the terminal and go on the Skybus to get to T1, but you will see in a second what I mean.
To Sydney, Gadigal Country. The current time is 7:25 p.m. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is off. And please take care when opening overhead lockers as bags may have moved and could fall out. Before leaving, check your seat and seat pocket for any personal items. And smoking, vaping and use of e-cigarettes is not permitted whilst embarking or throughout the terminal. And on behalf of Qantas and One World, we do thank you for flying with us. If you're visiting Sydney, enjoy your stay, and to those returning, welcome home. And for our customers collecting baggage, your bags will be available on a carousel too. Thank you.
As I said before, T1 transfers now had to go outside the terminal to catch the Skybus. This was because Sydney International Airport was going under some renovations, so hopefully this will be back soon. Although this really lovely gentleman took us through all the gates, which was really helpful as we were kind of confused. We went straight to our boarding gate as we were running slightly late on time. I was slightly disappointed when I didn't see the flags near the rest area. It was removed for some reason and only the poles were left hanging on the ceiling. The terminal was actually quite crowded, as I believe that there were several flights departing for Asia around the 9 o'clock mark, so there was a bunch of people there. Our A330-300 was parked at the gate, and it is one of the older A330s flying for Qantas, as it is just over 22 years old. This is actually my first time flying a Qantas wide body, so I was actually quite excited for the seats, as I really want to know how the recline was.
Okay, cross over second out to your right.
And welcome to my magic place, Litchfield National Park, just outside of Darwin. We all have a place that fills our heart.
And it was time for dinner. There was 3 options, which were chicken, beef, or noodles, but I opted for chicken. They included focaccia and a pudding cup, and also a side of drink. This was the noodle option, and it also had the same pudding and focaccia. Clothes were kept very clean by the crew and had some necessary amenity just in the drawer right next to it. The floor was really clean, and overall it was quite a good bathroom toilet. The in-flight entertainment system on the Airbus A330 was actually quite more responsive than the 737. It had slightly more options for movies and for TVs, and it was actually quite good. Although the in-flight map could be updated a bit more, if I was being nitpicky. The seat was really comfortable with a phone pouch right next under your screen. There's a big pouch underneath your seat, and with the bifold tray table. There was a leg and slash footrest underneath the seat in front of you, and it also had a few pockets just on the back. The legroom was quite good, and the seat was comfortable. Good morning. Breakfast was served about 2 hours before landing. There was 2 options of the fruit platter, which I chose, and sausages and eggs. Also included a brown muffin and some juice. Shortly after breakfast, we started descent into Tokyo. It was actually slightly bumpy, but the crew managed it pretty well, finishing the breakfast service.
The local time is 5:17 a.m. on Wednesday the 10th of December. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is off. Take care when opening overhead lockers as bags may have moved and could fall out. Before leaving, check your seat and seat pocket for any personal items. Smoking, vaping and the use of e-cigarettes is not permitted while disembarking or throughout the terminal. On behalf of Qantas and One World, thank you for flying with us. If you're visiting Canada, enjoy your stay, and of course to those returning, welcome home.
当機をお降りの際および空港ターミナル内での喫煙、電子タバコのご使用は禁止されております。ご遠慮ください。携帯電話はこれより先フライトモードをオフにしてご利用いただけます。飛行中お荷物が移動し落ちてくる場合がございます。上のロッカーをお開けになる際はご注意ください。お降りの際にはお手席やシートポケットに忘れ物がないか今一度ご確認ください。本日はワンワールドアライアンスカンタス航空をご利用くださいまして誠にありがとうございました。当地を訪問されるお客様はどうぞ楽しいご旅行を。ご帰国のお客様はお帰りなさいませ。どうぞお気をつけてお帰りください。ごきげんよう。さよなら。
Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross check.
Bye-bye, thank you. Thank you, see you next time.
Do be aware of what you're bringing into Japan as they're very strict and the fines are hefty. Welcome to Tokyo. ATMs right next to arrival hall is good, but we chose the currency exchange instead because we have some cash. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe and join our next adventures. See you in the next one. Bye for now.